Hello everybody, my name is Hocus Pocus and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 103, I believe? 104? I don't quite remember, it's one of the two. I have trouble tracking the episode number sometimes, as you can tell. But starting out here today, we're over at the smelting area, and I just was smelting up some smooth stone because I realized that there is actually something that we need to change in the base, and that is... if we are going to use the smooth stone over at the new ravine area, then we should probably use the same thing over here so that we are keeping things nice and consistent. And that is the only way really that makes sense. So we're going to obviously convert the slabs here into the smooth stone blocks, which, as I said yesterday, I think look much better, much cleaner, because you don't have that divide in between the slabs, which is it was okay for the time, I guess, but now that we've got this new block, I think we're going to go and use this throughout the base rather than having the slab. So I'm going to get this completed here, and then I will bring you guys back in so that we can move on to today's episode. Just to confirm, this is actually episode 103. I just checked. I just thought I'd get that out to you guys. Of course, you all know by the title anyway, but I don't want you to think that, you know, I don't pay too much attention to what's going on in the series. So there we have it. And we are just finishing up here, so I think this is the last set of blocks that we need to replace. So let's get those in like so. And then next on the list for things I want to look at today, I want to try and produce some new armor. So in the 1.14 update, they've changed I believe they've changed this anyway. I think they've changed the way that armor works. And we actually have to change a few blocks in here as well. So let's get that done while we talk here. So as I was saying, in 1.14, I'm pretty sure they've made changes to how armor works. And I think now you can actually stack way more enchantments onto a single piece of armor, especially compared to what you could stack in 1.13. So I think now you don't have to worry about not being able to combine armor that has both fire protection and normal protection. I think you can go ahead and do that now. So we're going to look into that a little bit. And I think the best thing to do is probably just to enchant a couple of pieces of armor and try and combine them, hoping that, of course, we do get a few of the different enchantment types on the different pieces. And then we'll just see if the game allows us to do that. And if it does, of course, we can hopefully upgrade our armor. And it's about time also that we added some mending protection. Sorry, mending protection? Some mending enchantments to our armor as well, because of course we've been living without that for a while now. So let me finish up here and I'll bring you back in for the enchanting session. Okay guys, so we're just about done with the smooth stone transition here. So let us take a few armor pieces we got. We might already have armor pieces that we've enchanted actually. Let's take a look. So we've got Unbreaking 3, Protection 4 there. Have we got anything else? We got Fire Protection 4 and Mending. So if we can combine those two, I wouldn't scoff at that at all. Then we've got Protection 2, Thorns 1, Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Protection 4, Curse of Vanishing. Let's try and add this one to it as well, the Thorns. If we could combine those three, that would be a lot better than what we already have. And I've just realized we don't wear chest plates, so probably not a good idea to do those then. Wow. So Depth Strider 3 and Protection 4. Projectile Protection there as well. Another Protection 4, Depth Strider 3. We'll take those with us just in case. Same boots again. Protection 4, Curse of Vanishing. Fire Protection 3. We'll take those. And that looks... wait a second. We'll actually take these because they have a higher level of fire protection. Okay, so let's take all of these boots over to the enchanting and repair setup. And we'll try and combine them. And of course, if we are able to, then these boots will be much better than what we already have. I would like to get some feather falling eventually, because I do fall off of these high surfaces quite often. And it can be a bit detrimental to your health if you're not careful. So that would be something good to have. However, let's see what we can do right here. So we've got Fire Protection 4 and Unbreaking 3. Let's combine those with the Protection 4 Depth Strider 3, I think. Okay, that's 16 and that's 14. So we'll do that. And then we'll try to add the Projectile Protection as well. And exactly as I thought, we can also add the Projectile Protection. So if we add these, does that change anything? So we get Depth Strider 3, Protection 4, and no, that is exactly the same. So these boots, now in comparison to the ones we already have, are of course much, much better and should provide a greater level of protection than what we already have. So I'm going to go and grab a mending book and I think add mending to these because they kind of warrant that change, I believe. Okay guys, so we've found our way over to the Guardian farm once again, and the reason for that is because, of course, we have two books here. So we have a mending book and a feather falling book. So I'm going to make sure that we have enough experience to get both of these onto the boots if possible. However, it might not be possible because, of course, sometimes it does become too expensive according to the game, even though we've basically got unlimited experience that we can harvest here. Of course, they don't take that into consideration, however, but we will try our best to get both of those books onto the boots, and if we can, then these boots are going to be quite the pair, and I think we should give them a special name for that reason. So I'll think about it, and I'll meet you guys back over at the enchanting setup. Okay guys, welcome back to the video, and every time I come and stand up on this balcony, it feels as though I'm about to address a room full of people, but then the camera turns around back to reality, and unfortunately we're still stranded alone in this world with nobody to talk to. I'm kidding, of course. So let's see if we can upgrade these boots ever so slightly more. So just to play things safe, I'm going to add mending first, and that's only going to cost us 5 levels. That's quite surprising. So we'll add the mending book, and then we'll add the feather falling too. And wow, look at these boots. These boots are insane. So there goes the anvil as well. Unfortunately, we're going to have to craft a new one of those. But let's just quickly take a look here. So we've got protection 4, depth strider 3, fire protection 4, unbreaking 3, projectile protection 4, mending, and feather falling 4. So I think the only one that we're missing is Ice Walker, whatever it's called, right? Frost Walker. Or that is something like that, the enchantment. But these boots are damn impressive. And ever since, now that Mojang have made the changes, of course, to allow enchantments like this, all of our armor pieces really need to look the same. So we're going to have to stack up the rest as well. Because at the moment, Unbreaking 3 on the helmet is pathetic. And Protection 4 Unbreaking 3 is not pathetic, but also not the greatest on the leggings either. So we're going to have to get more armor pieces that look similar to the boots here. And so we return with a fresh anvil, and we're going to place this up at the repair area, of course, just in there. Perfect. Very nice. Very clean. So time to name the boots. And the name that I've came up with, some of you guys might like it, some maybe not. We're going to call these the steel toe boots. Because as some of you guys may know, steel toe boots are designed to protect you, especially working on construction sites. I've been on a few because back a few years ago, I would often spend a few days working with my dad, and that led us onto a couple of work sites. So I've been wearing steel toe boots. They're designed to keep you safe on construction sites, and of course, designed to keep you safe in Minecraft as well. And what more would you want on a pair of boots that are designed to protect you? So I think the name is very fitting indeed. So we've got the steel toe boots, and hopefully with the mending enchantment, they won't break anytime soon, and they can live a very long and prosperous life in our world, and hopefully we don't end up dying and losing them as well. Okay guys, so now that we've got the steel toe boots equipped and of course enchanted, we can move on to something else. And I've been looking at this area of the tree farm for a while, and I figured that we could try to sort of resolve the issue. So as you can see, we've still got this big chunk of stone up there that needs to definitely be removed, and then we're going to also have to sort of come up with a design to fit in there and extend the ceiling out to that edge so that we can have everything looking nice and linear and symmetrical and that type of thing. So I think we'll get to work first of all by removing all of the stone up there, and then we will decide how we're going to progress the ceiling towards that edge of the farm. It could be something that might be quite tricky because I don't know until we dig out the stone what we're going to be working with really and how we're going to fit it in. But I'm going to try my best to incorporate the same design that we've used all throughout the base. Sorry, not all throughout the base, but all throughout the tree farm here. And if we can't use that, then I'll try and get it as similar as possible. So I will be right back after we've removed this huge chunk of stone here. It's going to take a little bit of time, I'm sure, but we'll get it done. And as I say, catch you in a second. So we're going to have to get creative here. And unfortunately, this is one of the downfalls of building a base where everything is so close together. In a cave like this, oftentimes you can't see how close you are getting to your other builds. So right here, you can see a lantern in the ceiling. And I haven't placed this. This is from the animal farm, I believe, up above. Or yes, it probably is the animal farm, right? Yeah, that's what I would say. That's the most likely. So obviously we can't go any higher than this point. So as I was mentioning earlier, we're going to have to get a little bit creative here. And that might involve a bit of digging, a bit of a slab work, a bit of stair work, something like that up there. But at the moment, this is what we've carved out. And I want these iron bars to be disconnected from any blocks behind them. So I've pushed back the wall by 1 block there, but we could probably take it back a little bit further. But as I say, we need a solution, and there isn't an obvious one at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and just see what we can come up with here. And hopefully we don't go ahead and ruin everything that we've got so far in this room, because yeah, it's a very we're in a very tentative position. So I think what we'll do is we'll give it a shot and hopefully come up with something good, and we'll just keep working at it until we get it right, I suppose. So I'll bring you guys back in a second when we've developed this a little bit further, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got something that is appealing and doesn't require too much space above this ceiling area here. I tried to clear as many of the trees as possible, but we still have a few leaves hanging around. I still believe, though, that you guys will get a good view. So this is what we came up with. And we were severely crippled by the amount of space that we had there. So in the end, I just had to keep everything level. So we've gone with the half slabs in there just to give a bit of depth to the ceiling. So of course, it kind of meets up at this level here, this top level of the stairs there. And then you get to see also a little bit of that grey trim from the smooth stone, which is nice. And then on the face of things, I just went with the regular wall detail that we used all throughout this room. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to push this a block back so that the iron bars wouldn't connect. But, you know, it's not something that people are going to notice all that frequently. So I think it's good. I think it works. And we've got that area cleaned up. So the tree farm, I think now is all but complete. And the only thing that we really need to change now is the fact that there are torches everywhere in this room. It'd be nice if we could get some lighting in that obviously isn't so blatantly on show, and I think we can do that potentially sometime in the future. But for now, we might leave it as it is and move on here. But I do need a couple more saplings just to make sure that we've planted every single tree again. So we've got 1, 2, 3 on this side, and then 1, 2, 3 on this side. Okay, that's perfect. And we can carry on with the rest of the video. So whilst we're on the theme of fixing up the base and making sure that everything is polished, I guess we could work on this area here as well, because of course this huge slab of stone once again needs some work doing to it. So firstly, we're going to take out this wall here, and this will be replaced probably with the regular stone textures, I believe. And we could even give this a bit of an indent just for that extra detail there. So let's pull out the smooth stone and pop that in these 3 blocks like so. And then we'll have them maybe up at this point. Hang on, where are we? So this goes all the way over to there. So we could have probably slabs in there, I think would work. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. So let's pull it up to there. And then we'll put slabs across like that, just as sort of a trim. And then in here, we will of course continue this wall design that we've got. And that shouldn't be too difficult to carry on there. So we'll leave that open for now. Of course, we do need to remove this huge chunk of stone, which could be easier said than done. So let's get to work on that, I think. Okay, so we've adequately textured this wall here with the regular textures. As you can see, looks quite similar to this side. So that's good and nice and polished. So this area is the next to be expanded upon here, so let's finish that up with a few of these textures as well. And then finally another, actually no, let's not do that, let's put gravel in here and in there. That'll work perfectly. And then one more side just here, just this little section here, to keep things nice and consecutive. So let's go with cobble like so, and then a bit of andesite, and then some cracked stone brick, couple of these guys or one of those guys, and then some gravel to tie it all up. So this is making this area of the base look a lot better. So we've got this nice flat dark oak area here, which I think works quite well. We could always change this out for something else in the future, but for now it works okay, I think. And then of course you come through here, you've got a bit of stone texture, you've got the slabs here sort of working as a support for this. Adds a little bit of detail, I suppose, and that extra little trim that we like to have in every area that is acceptable for that to go into. And then of course on the other side you have again the wall textures, and this really just ties everything together, and this corridor here is starting to look really nice. So now that we've got that in place, let me think about a couple of other things that we could probably work on until the end of this video, and I will be right back. To wrap things up here, guys, we are going to work a little bit more on this sort of open area here. I don't really know what to call it. I always call it the lobby, I think, but it's more of an intersection in the base, I suppose. So we're gathering some vines here, and that is so that we can craft up some mossy cobblestone, which is required for the floor texture, which is what we're going to be working on here. So let me just get a little bit of this, and then of course we'll go ahead and pull out the stone in the floor to replace it with the textures here. So we are going to require some mossy, some cobblestone stairs, some crackstone brick, some gravel, and finally some andesite. But we do need a fair amount here of the vines so that we can produce the mossy cobblestone, because at the moment we've only got 8 pieces, which isn't going to be enough by any stretch of the imagination. So let me grab those, probably take down these couple of strands here on the bridge, and then we'll almost be about a situation, we'll almost be in a situation where we will have enough resources to get this done. So yeah, that'll work. I think 56 should be fine. Then we'll go ahead and combine those with this stack. And that leaves us with 64 exactly mossy cobblestone. So let me go ahead and get the flooring pulled up here, and then I'm going to probably place down all of the textures off camera. I'll bring you guys back in to check that out, and then we can probably think about finishing up today's episode. Okay, you guys, so we finally got this complete, and as you know, this probably took a little bit of time. Some of you know that I'm quite meticulous when it comes to these kind of things, and I don't want too many blocks clustered in the same area of the same texture type. So it took a while to get this done, and of course we are coming to a close in the video now, but this looks a lot better. So let's try and get a bit more of an aerial view, maybe from the tree farm here. That might be a good point of observation. Okay, yep, this is looking good. So the textures obviously just follow through the ravine now and into this large open area, and it really does add a little well, it adds quite a lot actually to the build. Of course, the walls are nowhere near complete. The ravine itself is in a little bit of a mess, but we will polish that up eventually and clean and tidy. Of course, when we're at a stage at which we're sure we're not going to be adding too many more builds to the area, but for now, it's still a work in progress, so we'll leave things in the current state, just so that we're not going to damage any polishing up work that we put in. But as I say, we're coming to the end of the video now, so let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Alright you guys, this is going to be the end of the video, so I really do hope that you enjoyed what you saw today. I loved getting these enchanted up and named steel toe boots. It's quite funny, I think. I don't know if you guys are going to be as amused by the reference, but there's a bit of an inside joke that I've got with a few people as well that might be more relevant to them than you guys, but I really do like that steel toe boots. And look at all of the enchantments we got on there as well. These things are quite the OP pair of footwear thing, armor. Don't know what to call it. I didn't want to say boots again because I've said it so many times, but I don't have another word for them. But yeah, they look quite OP, so hopefully they'll help protect us from the bad in this world. Okay guys, so if you did enjoy today's video, then be sure to drop a like down below. That'll be much appreciated by myself. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, or feedback, pop those down in the comment section and I'll reply to every single one of them without fail. And finally, if you're new around here or haven't subscribed yet, then be sure to hit that red button, subscribe to the channel, and that will allow you to stay up to date with this series and any other videos that we decide to post. So thank you once again for taking precious time out of your day to come and watch my video. I am grateful to have you here. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye for now.